What is up, legends? Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot, back with another really cool card trick tutorial. Okay, so for today's card trick, I'll start with two cards of my choice at the top of the deck. I go for the King of Hearts and the Ten of Diamonds. So now, in another deck, I've got those two cards face down or face up in the deck, and I've got the higher of the two cards. So in other words, for this, I'm just going to turn the camera just a bit. There we go. Higher of the two cards. So for this purpose, the King is higher than the 10. I've got that face up, closer to the top of the deck, and then I've got the 10 face up, closer. That's not the 10 of diamonds. That would have been a complete fail. I need to find the 10 of diamonds. You guys are seeing the behind the scenes misery here of sometimes your card tricks don't necessarily work out as planned, but luckily this is the tutorial, so this is a good spot to learn. Okay, so there we go, 10 of diamonds, and we want the 10 of diamonds face up, closer to the bottom of the deck. Okay, there we go. That was a little bit of behind the scenes of how I set up my card tricks. Now you've got the deck with the two cards at the top, and you can shuffle it as much as your spectator wants, just maintaining those two cards at the top. And now you'll tell your spectator, just start dealing cards down until they're happy, and they can stop anytime they want, just like that. And now you're going to basically have them do a reverse deal to get those two cards to the top of these two respective packs, just like that. Now you've got these two cards at the top. So now you can have them choose any one of these two cards. You don't even need to do Magician's Choice or anything like that. But you ask them specifically, which one of these would you like to turn face down? If they go for the King of Hearts, what you'll do is you'll pick up the deck and you'll start spreading from the top, and you'll say one card is face up, and that's the King of Hearts. Alternatively, if they go for the 10 of Diamonds, then what you'll do is you'll spread these cards from the bottom, and you'll spread only up until the point where you can see the 10 of Diamonds. You're not going to spread the entire pack. You're just going to spread like this, and you'll say one card is in fact face up, and that is the 10 of Diamonds. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one, and until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up, legends? Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot, back with another cool card trick tutorial. So for today's one, you want to start with these 4 aces behind your back, in your pocket, however you want, just behind your back. So imagine this is behind my back. Now you've got a standard deck of cards, but this deck of cards has no aces, because they're already behind your back. You can hand the deck to your spectator, and your spectator can really shuffle the deck as much as they want. They can do riffle shuffles, they can do casino washes, whatever they want. They can shuffle it as much as they want. They can hand you the deck, and you can go behind your back and act as if you're taking a card out, but in actual fact, you're just taking one of these. They can do it again, shuffle the cards as much as they want. Really doesn't matter. You take the cards, go behind your back, take out a card, but in actual fact, you're just taking one of these. Do it another time, they can shuffle the cards. Ah, that's a good shuffle. I just flicked the card all the way to Neverland. I don't even know where. So here we go, shuffle the cards as much as you want, behind your back, take out a card, it's that card. You do it one more time, and you tell the spectator that just have a quick look. This is in fact a standard deck of cards. It's not all just copy cards or anything. And they shuffle the cards as much as they want 4 different times, and amazingly 4 different times you managed to find the 4 aces. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please consider subscribing. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore, Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up, legends? Martin Legend, and where is Theodore? Theodore, the Magic Mascot, back with a tutorial of the holy grail of card tricks. So what you would need for this one is you'd need any suit, and it's stacked king, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ace. So it's stacked like that. And then also you would need 20 random cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 random cards. So now what you do is you have the rest of the deck here, and you stack this ace down to king on top of this. And then you put the other 20 cards on top of that. So what would be is it would be 20 random cards, followed by the ace of spades, followed by the 2 of spades, 3 of spades. So the ace would be in the 21st position, the 2 would be in the 22nd position, 3 would be in the 23rd position, and so on and so forth until the jack would be in the 11th, queen would be in the 12th, or not 11th, 31st, the queen would be in the 32nd, and the king would be in the 33rd position. Let's just go to a random number. Let's go to 28. So that should be the 8 of spades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 28 is the 8 of spades. So guys, you can start by doing random cuts, random shuffles, whatever you need, and then you can show your spectator, or not random, false cuts, false shuffles, whatever you need to do. Now you can start by going through the cards like this, just dropping them, but you want to drop them quite quickly because you don't want to go like this, because then they might just see this massive stack of spades in a row. So what I do is I'll just show my spectator. You can see this standard deck of cards and they don't notice. You guys may have noticed it now, but if your spectator is not aware that there's a stack of spades, then they won't notice if you guys just go through the cards like this. You also, if you do a couple of false cuts, you don't even need to do that. Now you can ask your spectator to cut the deck in about half. It must be as close to half as possible because your stack is 21 through 33. So it covers from 21 all the way to 33. So now they can cut the deck in about half. If they cut way too little, you just say cut a little bit more. If they cut way too much, you just say let's try and get close to half. Okay, so that's close to half, and now you show them this bottom card. For this purpose, we have the 6 of spades. You can discard the rest, and after they look at this card, they can shuffle the pack completely until they are happy. Now they can hand you back the pack, and you have not looked at any of these cards. But what you can do is you can spread through these cards and say, I'm going to find your card. And I usually squeeze them out in like little packs of 5, counting them. But you don't have to do it like that. That might make it too obvious. So this is 5, that's 10, another 5 would be 15. And while you're doing this, you're like, just like, I don't think your card is here. That is 15. This is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 26. You can see that 26 would be the 6 of spades. So now you know that their card is the 6 of spades. So what you can do is you can just take out any random card and you can say this is your card. Whoa. Okay, if this happens, then the trick is it's complete. You just, out of 26 random cards, you just pick their card. But let's say I can't believe that actually just happened. I wish that happened in the performance, not in the tutorial. You'll see the performance tomorrow. Anyway guys, but let's say you didn't pick their actual card. Let's say you pick this card. You say this is your card, and then they'll say no. But like I said, if you pick their card randomly, that's just absolutely amazing. You'll say this is your card. They'll say no. And you say, of course this couldn't be your card because I know your card was the 6 of spades. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot, back with one of the best card tricks you can possibly do to fool 5 spectators at once. So what we have here is we've got the ace through 5 of diamonds and then the entire deck of cards. And what you want to do is you want to make sure the ace of diamonds is the topmost card, followed by 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want to make sure they're just like that. So you've got the ace, then the 2, then the 3, then the 4, then the 5. Now you're ready, your deck is completely set up. So now you can give the back a couple of shuffles, just maintain those 5 cards at the top, and you can deal out for 5 spectators. For spectator 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you want to make sure that each spectator has 5 cards. And now you already know that each one of them has got one of your key cards. But now you want to make sure each one of them's got 5 cards, just like that. And now each one of them can shuffle up their packs as much as they want. You've got the key card ready to go. So they can shuffle up these packs as much as they want, just like this. And now what they can do is they can each memorize a card. So I've got a little notepad here to make sure that I write down what each spectator remembers. I'm going to try and put it all in the frame. So I'm just going to write my way and I'll show you guys afterwards. So let's say spectator 1 goes through these cards. The spectator's got the joker. So let's go for the joker and they can even shuffle it again. So spectator number 1 went for the joker. Spectator number 2 goes through their little pack and they say, I think I like the 3 of hearts. They obviously won't let you know this. They'll just shuffle it in. They're like the 3 of hearts. Next spectator goes through it and they like the 9 of spades. They can shuffle it again and then they can write, or you can write down, or they can actually write down, or they can just remember, obviously, because they all just need to remember one card. If you've got one spectator, then they can maybe write down the 5 selections. Spectator number 4 goes through the cards and imagine another joker. So they're also going to remember the joker. Why not? Let's make it a little bit more complicated. Joker, and then last spectator, he's going to remember the ace of hearts. So last spectator can also shuffle this. Last spectator is going to remember the ace of hearts. So what we have is spectator 1 is remembering joker, spectator 2 is remembering 3 of hearts, 9 of spades, joker, ace of hearts. So I've got this ready. Now your spectators can let you know in whichever order they want you to pack up their cards. And now you can deal by spectator 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now you can deal by any one to start off, just as long as you deal 5 in a row. So maybe there, maybe here. They can even let you know how you should deal this. Now we can deal backwards, and now we can deal there. Really doesn't matter. Everything is set up. Now they can let you know in which order you need to pick this up again. Really honestly doesn't matter. Any one of the spectators can give the back one clean cut. And now what you want to do is you want to take 5 cards from the top and you want to reverse it this way around and spread it out just like this. Now you want to do that again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you want to spread it this way around. Just remember that it has to be spread that way around. I'm just going to make a little bit more space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to spread it this way around. And you start locating your cards so long. You want to locate the ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of diamonds. We're going to spread it this way around. And now lastly, we're going to take this one and we're going to spread it this way around. So now you located the ace of diamonds. It's right there. It's right in the center position of this little pack. Now you want to ask spectator number 1, just out of which one of these packs is your card? And their card was the non-color joker. So it was this joker. So they'll just say this pack and you look for the corresponding card in this pack. So your one is the middle card, so their one will also be the middle card. You won't take it out, you'll just say, okay, I'm going to write something down. Then you write down joker. Now spectator number 2, you locate your key card, which is in the second position from the right hand side, my right, your left. They'll say their card, which of course is the 3 of hearts, is in this pack. So again, the corresponding card would be their card. So you'll just write again down, or you can reveal it immediately, but I prefer to write it down just like this. Now you know already that your key card is the very left hand side one, or for you guys in YouTube universe, the right hand side card, and they're going to locate the 9 of spades and say it's in this pack, and then you write down the corresponding card, which would of course be the 9 of spades. Then the next spectator had the joker, but they specifically had the color joker. So you would find your 4 of diamonds, and then in the corresponding position they will remember the 4 of diamonds. Or they will remember the joker and you'll remember the 4 of diamonds, and you'll write that down. Now one thing, I'll explain how to do this afterwards. What if they pick one of your key cards? And I'll explain that just now. And then lastly, you want to locate your 5 of diamonds, which is right there. It's in the last position. So whichever pack they say, you know it's going to be the card in the last position, which would be the ace of hearts, and you write that down. Now let's say you're by spectator number 2 and they say their card is in this pack. Then it must be your corresponding card for spectator number 2, which would be the 2 of diamonds. Let's say you were by spectator number 4 and they say it's in this pack, then it must be their 4 of diamonds. It must be that card. For this one, if it's spectator 1, it would be the ace of diamonds. For spectator 3, it would be the 3 of diamonds. And lastly then, if it's spectator number 5 and it's in this pack, if they chose that one, it would be the 5 of diamonds. And then you can do the reveal saying that you found spectator number 1 had a joker, spectator number 2 had the 3 of hearts, spectator number 3 had the 9 of spades, spectator number 4 had the joker, and spectator number 5 had the ace of hearts. Anyway guys, this is a really cool reveal. Like I said, you can do this with 5 spectators, or you can do this with 1 spectator and they can just write each individual card down. And yes, this is one of the longer videos I've made in quite a while, and I just want to say, if you made it to this point of the video, you are still watching just over 7 minutes in, I just want to say thank you for being on this ride with me. It really, you guys have no idea what this means to me. Even if you've never commented on one of my videos before, let me know that you've made it to this point of the video, and I will personally thank each and every single one of you guys that made it to this point of the video. Just let me know in the comment section, I made it to that point of the video, or just comment, let's make it better. Just comment, I did it, or it's me. Anything to let me know that you made it to this part of the comment, and this part of the video, and I will personally, in my next longer form video, not a YouTube Shorts, I will thank each and every single one of you that actually made it to this part of the video. You guys have no idea how much this means to me. I'm also nearing 5,000 subscribers, which is absolutely absurd. I've never thought I would make it, but yes, that's thanks to each and every single one of you guys. And again, from myself and Theodore the Magic Mascot, peace everybody. What is up, legends? Martin the Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with another card trick tutorial. So for this one, you can shuffle the cards as much as you want, and you can have your spectator cut off a small portion less than 20 cards. So between 5 and 20, I would say. Now they're gonna count this number. You don't want to even know this number, so they can just count this cards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you can hold it somehow that they can't possibly know how many cards you have. You can look away while they count, and now all you want to do is you want to show them the cards one by one, and they're going to remember their number. So you're going to say 1, then you're going to say 2, 3, they just remember that number, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Obviously this is their card, but you won't stop at 12. You'll still carry on until 20 because you said they must have a number less than 20. So you'll just show them the cards one by one, and you obviously let them know they mustn't stop you anywhere, and because then it's too obvious what their card is. Now you're going to spell your name, their name, and another random word to get to more than 20. So I'm going to spell my name, M-A-R-T-I-N, and let's say your spectator's name for this would be, let's go for Robert, because Robert, yeah, he's one of my spectators who watches every single video, so why not, let's go for Robert, R-O-B-E-R-T, and now we're going to spell magic, because we're doing magic, M-A-G-I-C. Now you're going to explain to them that they're going to do this, but what you're doing now is you're reverse dealing this back. So now you're going to place all of this on top again, and you just explain to the spectator we're going to do that, and now we're going to place all of this back on top, and now you're set up. Now you're going to spell your name, M-A-R-T-I-N. I'm going to spell Robert, R-O-B-E-R-T, and I'm going to spell magic, M-A-G-I-C, and there we go, we have that card. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up, legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a tutorial of probably one of the best card tricks I know. So what you'll do is you'll start with a completely random deck of cards, but you want the 6 and 9 at the bottom of the deck. The rest doesn't really matter at all. You can shuffle the cards as much as your spectator wants, just maintaining that 6 and 9 at the bottom, just like this. You can shuffle it again until your spectator's happy. You can even give it a couple of overhand shuffles, just maintaining still that 6 and 9 at the bottom. So now what you'll do is you'll have your spectator cut the deck in about half. Let's say they do it just like this. What you'll do is you'll pick up this bottom pack with these two cards, and you'll place it square on top of this. Now you need to misdirect them a little bit, so they kind of forgot where they cut, and you'll speak to them about the word perception, how we perceive things. I can see things one way, you can see things the other way, and so on and so forth. So now you'll let's see what card you stopped on. You stopped me on the 6 of hearts, and you'll explain to them that this is actually the perfect card, and you'll tell them, well done, give yourself a pat on the back, because the 6 can be seen as a 6 but also as a 9, and you know you've got the 9 right underneath this card. But we can agree at this point this card is definitely a 6 of hearts. So now what you'll do is you'll tell your spectator that let's see what we can do, and you're going to say I'm going to put the 6 on the table, and what you'll do is you'll do this. I'll quickly show you in full speed. What you'll do is you'll do this, and what I did was it's called a glide. So when you tilt your wrist, you glide the 6, but you obviously don't want to glide it so exaggerated. You just want to glide it when you tilt your wrist, but I'm not going to tilt my wrist now because I want to show you guys. You just slide it a little bit, and then you grab that card just like that. So in full speed, again, it will look like this. We've got the 6 here, and I'm just going to put the 6 on the table. But in actual fact, you put the 9 on the table. So I'll just glide. As I told my wrist, I glide. I pull out the 9 and I put it on the table. Obviously, I don't want him to see it, and I just put this back on the table and square it up without them seeing it. Now their attention is not there at all, so they're not even going to worry about this. And you'll say, so with the 6, I want you on the back of this card, write a 6 or draw a 6 and even put the line underneath it with their imagination. They can do it with a marker if you don't mind wasting a card. And you say, from your side you will see a 6, and from my side I will see a 9. But if I turn it like this, what will I see? And they'll say, you'll see a 6. And what do you see? And they'll say, no, but they see a 9 now. And you'll say, okay. And if I snap my fingers, I can completely change your perception. And yeah, this always gets fantastic results. And until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace, everybody. What is up, legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So what you do is you start with 15 cards and you want to have 3 really strong poker hands. So for yourself, you'll have a royal flush. For your spectators, you'll have a straight flush and quads, but obviously with an extra card because poker hands are 5 cards. But obviously you won't show your spectator this. You'll just start with the cards face down just like this. And what you can do is you can pick up the piles, or you can actually don't start with them face down in 3 piles, you just start with the 15 cards. But obviously you've got them stacked ace through 10, followed by the straight flush, followed by the quads. Now what you do is you tell your spectator, we're going to mix up these cards, and what you're going to do is you're going to deal into 5 piles, just like this. And now what your spectator can do is your spectator can tell you which pile to pick up first. Let's say they go for this one, followed by this one, followed by this one, followed by this one, followed by this one. There we go. Free choice, they can pick up wherever they want. Now we're going to deal it into 2 piles just to get it nice and mixed up even a bit more. And your spectator can again choose which pile to pick up. And now your spectator can cut the pack as many times as they want, just like this. And you can spread through the cards, showing them that these cards are now completely mixed up. But what you want to do is you want to cut your 10 to the bottom. So you can just show them, sometimes you're lucky and with them cutting, the 10 is going to be at the bottom, but that doesn't happen very often. But all you have to do is you just have to cut your 10 to the bottom just like this. And now you can deal out 3 poker hands, and what you're going to do is you're going to deal out like this, and you're going to deal yours face down and tell your spectators that let's see what hands they got, and you just deal yours face down. And you say, ah, spectator 1, you've got quads, that's a very good poker hand. But spectator 2 has a straight flush, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of hearts. But that still doesn't beat me. I've got a royal flush. Anyway guys, if you like this one, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really does mean the world to me. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace, everybody. What is up, legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So what you do is you start with a random deck of cards, and all you want to do is you want to have ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king of any suit at the bottom, ace through king, so the ace is the very bottom card. Now what you can do is you can have your spectator select any random card they want. I would suggest just fanning out a couple of the top cards because they might go all the way to the bottom. So just fan out some of the top cards just like this. Let's say they go for this card right here. They can have a look at their card. I'll have a look for now. 5 of clubs. Now what you're going to do is you're going to place it on top and cut it into the middle of the deck. And this is not necessarily a key card principle. This is a key stack principle, if you can put it that way. So you know their card is going to be 1 from the ace, 2 from the 2, 3 from the 3, and so on. You guys will see just now. So you're putting the ace and the entire stack on top of their card. Now you can cut the deck until the spectator is happy, and hopefully when they're happy, you just do a quick twirl. I'll show you guys what it looks like from my side. But what you would like is you would like a heart at the bottom. So you can just do it a couple of times until they're happy, and if you don't have a heart, you'll just say, I'll do it 1 or 2 more times just to make sure that it is in fact completely cut. Now I'm struggling to find a heart. But what you do is I'm just going over to your side quickly. So what you do is you just cut until you find a heart, and what you do is you do a twirl. Basically all you're doing is you are doing
this, you're cutting the deck, and to square the deck up, you kind of turn it like this, and you get a peek at the bottom card. They don't. And whatever value that bottom card is, if of course it's a heart, their card will be that amount from the top. If it's a queen, it's 12. If it's a jack, it's 11. And a king, of course, is 13. So we know it's going to be 8 cards from the top. So you'll go 1. This is, of course, going to be the 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the next card will then, of course, be their card. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace, everybody. What is up, legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot, back with a tutorial of a really great card trick. I did the short, or the short's probably coming out tomorrow because that's kind of how I do it. I did the short, I filmed it with my wife now, and she knows most of my tricks and illusions and things like that. So if I fool her, I know I did a good job, and she had no idea I did it. So what you do is you have a normal deck of cards and you remove all the picture cards and all the jokers. So you remove Jack, 10, King, Queen, Ace, not Ace, Jack, 10, Queen, 10, Jack, Queen, King, and the jokers. So you're left with all the number cards. And you explain to your spectator that we've got all these different values, and Ace would be 1 and all of the others would be face value. Now they can shuffle this little pack as much as they want. Okay? And then you deal 1 card by them and 1 card by you. And you instruct them at the end, you're going to guess, or they're going to guess your card and you're going to guess their card. These 2 cards really doesn't matter. It's irrelevant because the trick is all of this. So now you start going through the cards. You tell them you're going to go through these cards and you can memorize the entire deck. So what you do is you just start adding up, because all the number cards in a pack without the jokers and the picture cards, all of them together add up to 220. So if we were to add all of this up, this would be 220 minus this and minus this. But what you do is you just add up quickly in your head. It takes a little bit of practice, but I managed to do it in less than a minute. So yes, so you add up 9 plus 3 is 12. But you don't need to necessarily worry about the 10s and the 20s and the 30s. So 9 plus 3 is 12. So you just say 2. Plus 1 is 3. Plus 5 is 8. Plus 8 is 16, so 6. Plus 8 is 24, so 4. Plus 6 is 20, so that's a 0. So you're on 0. 8 plus 2 is 0 again. 2 plus 6 is 8. Plus 5 is 13, so it's a 3. Plus 4 is 17, so it's a 7. 14, so it's 14, so it's a 4. 15, so it's a 5. 23, so it's a 3. 6, 8, 17, so 7, 23, or 3, 13, so 3, 12, so 2, 7, so 7, 11, so 1, 8, 17, so just a 7, 0, 7, 9, 12, so 2, 17, so 7, 11, 7, 8, 12, so 2. So you are left with 2 and you need to add up to a 10. So you're with 2 and now you ask them to guess your card, but they have to guess the exact suit as well. So now they guess, let's say they guess 5 of spades and it's the 7 of hearts. So you take 7 and you add it to the 2 you already had. So now you're at 9. So you know their card must be an ace because it must add up to 10. So you just go through the cards and you look at all the aces and you see the ace of hearts is the missing one. And you say, let's go through the cards one more time, and you tell them, there's an ace, there's an ace, there's an ace. So you know their missing card must be the ace of hearts. So guys, just to recap, you just deal 1 card for them, 1 card for you. You have them guess first because then you add this value. You can either add all of them together to 220 or you can just add, I'll show you one more time. You can add a 2 and a 9, which is 11, so it's just a 1. Plus 6 is 7. Plus 9 is 16, so 6. Plus 5 is 11, so 1. Plus 4 is 5. Plus 7 is 12, so 2. You just do that. And I did it in less than a minute to form the short, and then you can absolutely always know what their card is. I hope all of this makes sense. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace, everybody. What is up, legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot, back with a tutorial of it's called 31. So what you do is you take out the ace through 6, all the cards, so all the aces, all the 2s, all the 3s, all the 4s, all the 5s, all the 6s. So now the goal is and let me actually get a random number generator here. The goal is for you and an opponent to play to 31. If you reach 31, you win. If you go over 31, you lose. And I'm going to do a random number generator just to show you guys how this works. Okay, random number generator. And we want values from 1 to 6. And let's say my opponent would start first. So I'm going to show you guys. They're going to pick an ace. So now what I would do is I would pick a 6. Now let's see what, so now we're on 7 total. We're trying to reach 31. So now they're going to go for a 4. Okay. And then I would go for a 6 again. And that means we are now on 17. Now my opponent will pick a 5. So that's 22. I will pick a 2, that's 24. Now my opponent will pick a 2, that's 26, and I will play a 5, that's 31. I know this is a random number generator, but the math still works out, so I'll teach you guys quickly how to do it. So my opponent could really pick any cards they wanted, and I will show you how to do this. So basically your opponent can really say whether you start or whether they start. It's completely freely fair. So if they say you start, you always start with 3 because you want to reach certain pole positions. That's 3, 10, 17 or 24. If you can reach that by your deal, you are guaranteed to win. So if they say you start with a 3. Now whatever card they pick, you just make that card and the card you're going to pick add up to 7. So if they play a 6, you're going to play a 1. If they play a 5, you're going to play a 2. If they play a 4, you're going to play a 3. If they play a 3, you play a 4. If they play a 2, you play a 5. If they play a 1, you play a 6. Let's play that out quickly. Let's say they would go for a 5. So that means I want to add this and my card to 7. So I play a 2. So now we have 10 total. Now again, doesn't matter what they play. You just make those 2 add to 7. Let's say they play a 3. Then you play a 4. And now we're on 17. Now let's say they play a 6. You play a 1. Now you are on 24. Those are all the numbers you want to reach. 3, 10, 17, 24. So now you are on, this is 20, well this is 10, 13, 17, 23, 24. So 24 is one of the numbers you want to reach. Now they want to play defense, but no matter what they do, they lose. If they play a 6, that means you win because you play a 1. If they play a 5, they lose because you play a 2. If they play a 4, so they literally can't win. Now let's say your opponent wants to start first. What keys do you need to hit? You need to hit either 3, 10 or 17. So if they play first and they play an ace, what are you going to play? You're going to play a 2 to get it to 3. Then the game is done. Whatever they play, you just make it add up to 7. If they play a 2, you're going to play a 1 to make it add up to 3. If they play a 3, you're going to play a 4. If they play a 4, you're going to play a 6 because you want to add it up to 10. And if they play a 5, you're going to play a 5 on top of that. And if they play a 6, you're going to play a 4. Let's go for the 5 route. So they're going to play a 5, you're going to play a 5. Game is already done, you've got 10. You're sorted. Now they can play whatever they want. You just want to add it up to 7. So let's say they play a 3, you're going to play a 4. Now they play a 6, you're going to play a 1. They're going to play a 2, you're going to play a 5, and we're on 5, 10, 17, 23, 24, 27. Now again, doesn't matter what they play. If they play 5, 10, 17, 23, 24. Oh, we're already on 31, so you actually already won the game. So guys, it's as simple as that. You want to reach 3, 10, 17, 24, and after that you are absolutely guaranteed to win. My maths failed me there for a quick second, but I really hope you guys did enjoy this one, and if you did, please consider subscribing. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with another card trick tutorial. So for this one, you stack the deck, red card, red black, all the way through red, black, just like this. So you stack the deck just like that, and you can do any false cuts or false shuffles or whatever you want. You want to show the spectator the deck is normal. You can either square off in stacks, but that's risky if you don't know how to do it properly, or you can just shuffle down the deck like this, and they won't be able to see that it's red, black. Okay, and now you are completely set up. The deck is set up, and now you can cut the deck until your spectator is happy. It really doesn't matter because it's not going to change the cyclical order. It's still going to be red, black. You can cut the deck as many times as you want. Your spectator can even cut the deck, and as soon as they're happy, the top 2 cards is their cards. But what you want to do is you want to reverse the order. So you take the top one, and then you take the second one, and you reverse the order, and you show them their cards. That's kind of crazy. In the performance that you will see with my wife tomorrow, it was the Jack of Hearts and the 4 of Spades. Now it's the Jack of Diamonds and the 4 of Spades. That's really close. So now you've reversed the order. So now you place this back on top, and all you've done is you've got 2 black cards in a row now, and you're going to have 2 red cards in a row. Now you can cut those cards into the middle, and now what you have done is exactly that. You've got 2 red cards together, and you've got 2 black cards together, and that's key to this trick. And now all you do is you deal the deck into 4 piles, and I'll show you now what these piles will look like. Okay, so this entire pile will be red, and this entire pile will be red, except one of them will have 1 black card in, and that's your spectator's card. And this entire pile will be black with a 1 red card in, and this one will be black. So now what you do is you obviously don't show that to your spectator, but you take these 2 and shuffle them in together, and you take these 2 and shuffle them in together. So you just take all the red cards with that 1 black card, shuffle them in together just like that, and now you take all the black cards with the 1 red card and you shuffle them in together just like that. And now you have to be very careful, because what you want to do is you want to flip one face up and shuffle it with the V facing you, so they can't. Don't do it like this, because then they're going to see all the black cards. You do it with the V facing you, and they won't be able to see it. Or you just do a really tight riffle shuffle just like that, and they won't be able to see it. Okay, and there you go. Now it's all set up, and now you tell your spectator there's a massive mix-up of cards here, and there's no way they can possibly, or you can possibly know where their card is, but you can help, the deck can help you find it, and there will be 1 red card just like that. And on the other side, you can go through the deck as well, and there will be 1 black card just like that. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool prediction card trick tutorial. So you start with I usually do 10 to 13 cards. You start with 10 to 13 cards in a deck box, or you can actually just write the prediction on a piece of paper. And what you want to do is you want to stack the top 20 cards of the deck like this. I'll show you just now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so the top 20 cards, you want to stack it in exactly the same stack as this. So the cards we've got here is a 5 and a 5, 5, 5. It doesn't have to be the same suits. Ace, ace, 2, 2, 7, 7, 6, 6, 3, 3, 8, 8, 6, 6, ace, ace. I find it best to do a couple of copies, because if you do it just cyclical cards, then it looks a little bit suspicious. So I've got a couple of 5s, I've got a couple of aces, do a couple of copies. And this one as well, we've also got the 2 5s, we've also got the ace, 2, 7, 6, 3, 8, 6, ace. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is also 10, this is also 10. You can do 13, you can do how many ever you want, but for this, I'm just going to do 10. Now you start with this prediction in a deck box, or you can write it on a piece of paper if you don't have a spare deck. If you only have one deck of cards, then you only need one deck of cards, then you can just write it on a piece of paper. So what you do is you have these two stacks on top of the deck, and now you don't even tell the spectator that there's a prediction in a deck box. You just leave it on the table. Nobody's going to ask why. So the top 20 of this deck is now stacked. Now you need to know your bottom card, because that's going to be your key card. You want to get it back to the middle, or to the bottom. So you can do any false shuffles you want, or you can do this is called the drunk false shuffles. You take a couple of cards from the bottom, a couple of cards from the top, a couple of cards from the bottom, couple of cards from the top, and this, it looks like you're mixing it up significantly, but actually you're not changing the order of the deck at all. There we go. And now all you have to do is get that 3 of hearts back to the bottom, and then your deck is again exactly stacked as you want. We've got the 5-5, ace, 2, 7, 6, 3, 8, 6, and then ace, and then 5-5. The deck is still stacked. So how you do this is you just take a couple of cards from the bottom, and now you take some cards from the top and you put it on top of that card, and you take some cards from the bottom again, put it on top, some cards from the bottom there, some cards from this side, and then lastly some cards from this side. And now all you have to do is you just cut the 3 of hearts back to the bottom. You don't even technically need to do this. This is just a couple of false shuffles just to make it look a lot better. The trick has a much better effect when you do all these false shuffles and your stack is still there. So now what you're going to tell your spectator is we're going to use 20 cards for this effect. So you'll deal down 20 cards, and that of course is your stack. You'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, the rest of these cards, just leave them there for now, because you're going to do something with them just now. Now you're going to tell the spectator, we want 2 separate piles, because now what you're going to do is you're going to reverse deal one of the piles. So you'll say, okay, let's do 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this one, you keep it this way and say, okay, we've got 2 packs of 10 here now. Because now what you did is this top card and this bottom card would both be the same. And this bottom card and this top card would both be the same. That is very important. You want to reverse it, because this is something called the Gilbert principle. So now no matter how you shuffle this, the top 10 cards will be that stack of 10 cards, and the bottom cards will be a stack of those 10 cards. So now you have a choice. You can either have your spectator say, deal 2 from here, 1 from here, 4 from here, 3 from here, however you want. You can riffle shuffle it, or alternatively, this looks like an insane shuffle, but it actually still works perfect. You can just rosette it like this, and then squeeze these 2 into each other just like this. It looks like you're shuffling it like crazy, but actually the Gilbert principle is still in play. Now what you want to do is you want to say, I'm going to deal it into 2 piles again, and now you can really just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other one you can reverse deal as well, but you really don't need to. You can just put it down here. The reason we kept this deck here is for this. You'll tell the spectator, which one of these 2 packs do you think our prediction would be, and which one do you think goes back in this pack of cards? And this is really a free choice, but it's important to keep this deck here, because let's say they want to keep this pack for the prediction, then you put this in the middle of the deck. Or if let's say they want to keep this one, you put this in the middle of the deck, so they can't have a look and see both of this is exactly the same. So let's say they want to keep this one, you put this one back in the middle of the deck, just like that, and then you put it off to the side. I'm going to leave it out of the deck because I still have to film the performance, and that you guys will see the day after the tutorial as I do. And then you say, okay, so the cards we've got here is, we've got a 5, an ace, a 2, a 7, an ace, a 6, a 8, a 6, a 3. Let's see what we have in this deck box. And now you take out your piece of paper or whatever, and you say, okay, we've got a 3 there, we've got a 6, we've got the 8, we've got the other 6, we've got the ace, we've got the 7, the 2, the other ace, and the 2 5s. And just like that, you have just impressed the spectator. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody! What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot, back with another card trick tutorial. For this one, I'm using my beautiful black deck of cards. The back is completely black and the front is either white or blue. It's an absolutely beautiful deck of cards. So for this one, you can shuffle the cards as much as you want. Even your spectator can shuffle the cards. It really doesn't matter. And now what you do is, you can take out 10 cards you don't need your spectator to know it's 10, but it also doesn't matter if they do know it's 10. So you can just take out 10 cards. That's 6, that's 9, that's 10. Let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 cards. And now what you want to do is you want to have your spectator pick the top card, but they can shuffle this little pack as much as they want, and then you say, okay, the top card is your card. Okay, so for this purpose we have the 7 of clubs. Now we have their card at the top. Now you can turn your back and you can give your spectator some instructions. You can say pick a number between 1 and 5, and that amount of cards, put them at the bottom one by one. So let's say your spectator picks, but remember their card must be on top. Let's say your spectator picks 3. You go 1, or they go 2, 3. Now they give the deck back to you, and you need to do 2 things. You need to reverse count the back. So you're going to say, okay, I'm just starting to feel for your energy, and all you do is you reverse counting these cards. Not actually counting, you're just reversing the order. You're like, it feels, I can feel your energy somewhere here, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And now you want to take 5 cards, just like this, and the 5 other cards, you want to take the top 5, don't reverse their order, and just say, this pack feels a little bit heavier. I think you may have picked one of these cards, and you put them at the bottom. That's the 2 things you need to do. You need to reverse the order and take the top 5, put it at the bottom. But make a show out of it. Tell them, give a reason why you're doing what you're doing. And now you turn your back again and say, remember that number you picked earlier. Now, what I want you to do is, do that same action, but just 1 more than your previous number. So now they'll obviously do 4. So they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now they give the pack back to you, and you are completely set up. From here, their card will always be in the 4th position. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That will always be their card. Now, how can you do the reveal? This is my personal favorite way of doing this reveal. So you have no idea what 10 cards are here, much less their 1 card. So this is how I do the reveal. I'm going to show you guys from my vantage point. So what I do is I fan out the cards like this, so my spectator can see all of them. And what I do is, I get a nice tight grip on card 3 and 4, and I fan out the rest, and I tell my spectator to telepathically tell me what their card is. Now I've got a nice tight grip on this, so what I can do is I can pinch up this corner, and I can have a peek at the card. Obviously from my vantage point it's a lot better than what you guys can see on the camera, but all you do is you just pinch up this corner, and you can have a peek at what card it is. Now, it's difficult to show it on camera because from your side you won't see anything if you're the spectator, but from my side I can perfectly see what card you have. I'll show you guys one more time. You fan it out, and then all you do is you just get a nice pinch on the corner. Obviously this plastic deck is also not the best deck maybe for this, but there we go, we can get a nice pinch just like this. So what I do is I fan through the cards, and I know their card is in the 4th position. So I know that this is their card. And all I do is I tell them, have a look at all these cards. And I'm actually looking at the back of this 7 now, like I showed you guys. You guys cannot see that I'm doing that. And there you go. Then you just say, I think you're thinking of the 7 of clubs. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. And yes, until next time, Martin the Legend and the handsome Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the best Magic Mascot in the world, back with a tutorial of a really cool card trick that at a beginner level you just need your angles pretty correct. So what you can do is you can shuffle the deck, you can have your spectator shuffle the deck. This is really doesn't matter, you can do this with a borrowed deck of cards as well. Now your spectator can pick any card they want, so let's say your spectator goes for this card right here. Now in any way you want, you must control their card to the top and then a little bit of theatrics to control it back to the bottom. So what you can do is you can just simply place it on top of the deck. You can swivel, cut over a couple of cards and then cut over the rest and get a pinky break. So now you've got a break where your spectator's card is. Then you can just do a couple of cuts. Now the card's at the top. Now you can do a couple of false shuffles, false cuts, whatever you want. The card is still at the top. Did I even show you guys what the card was? I don't know, but anyway, this is your card. I don't know if I showed you guys, but anyway, this is your card. So we control the card to the top. Now we can do a couple of overhand shuffles, just making sure that the card remains back at the top of the deck. We can also do a couple of false swing cuts. It's always nice to have a couple of false swing cuts in your repertoire. And yes, now we've got the card on top of the deck. Now what we want to do is we're going to control the card to the bottom, but we want to do it with a little bit of theatrics. We want to take one card and start speaking and say, okay, so, and now we've got their card right here. So your card could be any one of these cards, and we just want to peel off like 5 or 6 cards. And now what you want to do is you want to place these cards at the bottom. Now we've got their card at the bottom. You say, but I think your card is somewhere in the middle. I think it's right there. Now you take over a couple of cards, about half the deck, and you fan it out facing the spectator, because what you want to do now is you want to, I'll show you guys from the other side, fan out a few cards like this, because what you want to do is you want to squeeze off the bottom card and you want to grab it with your thumb with this hiding, of course, and then you just release it slowly and say, but I don't think any one of these cards is your card, and you just release it with a flick, and then they'll see the top of the card. And you just say, but one card popped out, and that is in fact your card. Anyway guys, I really do hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please consider subscribing. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up everybody? Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot, back with the reveal of what is the next card. So we had the Ace of Clubs, 8 of Diamonds, 5 of Hearts, 4 of Spades, Jack of Clubs, King of Diamonds. So most people in the comment section guessed that it would be a heart, because with clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades, clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades. We had a lot of different guesses. We had things like 7 of clubs. We had the most popular guess was between Queen of Hearts and 10 of Hearts, which I do understand because it's hearts. I don't really know how you guys got to that, but it's still a really good guess. It's at least hearts. Then there was one person who guessed the Joker, which is extremely creative, but unfortunately that's not the answer I'm looking for, even though the Joker, I guess, is sort of technically right. The correct answer was the 9 of Hearts. And shout out to right up here, Glenn Poland, I think that's how you pronounce your surname, Poland or Poland, Glenn Poland. I'm going to go with Poland, 9 of Hearts. How did we get there? So we know it's clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades, clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades, clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades. And what I'll show you guys so long is, I'll just go up this side, clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades. That's not in size 7s or anything like that. It's in alphabetical order. Club starts with a C, then a D, then a H, then S. So it's alphabetical order. Then you have all the cards in alphabetical order as well. Ace obviously starts with the A. That's why you've got the ace. Then 8 is next. Then 5. 5 and 4 is obviously both with the F, but the I is before O in the alphabet. Then you've got Jack, then King. Then you've got the 9. Then next you have the Queen, then the 7, then the 6, then the 10, then the 3, and I forgot to write here. After that you do have 2. Actually I think I didn't need this side. You've got Ace, 8, 5, 4, Jack, King, 9, Queen, 7, 6, 10, 3, 2, clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades. Guys, this is an interesting way of stacking a deck. Use this however you please. This is just, in my opinion, a different way than what we used to of stacking a deck. So yeah, use this if you want to, and thank you for those who participated in my little challenge. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot, back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So what you can do is you can start by, this can be a borrowed deck of cards, whatever you want. You can start by giving the deck a shuffle. You can hand the deck to the spectator can shuffle the deck as much as they want. Now what you're going to do is you're going to say, cut off about 10 or so cards from the deck. So they'll cut off a small portion, just like this. This is perfect. Now you'll tell your spectator, I don't want you to have the top card, because I can somehow know what the top card is, even though you shuffle the cards. So you're going to go through these cards, show them all the cards, and tell them they must select one in their mind. And what you're going to do is you're going to count the cards. We've got 1, 2, but you're not going to make it obvious. You're just going to peel off the cards just like this. I'll show you guys how I do it. So this is how I do it. Okay, so I know there's 12 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you just count the cards while you show them all the cards. And you say, okay, select one of those so long. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to lose their card somewhere into the middle of the deck. So you'll tell them, cut the rest of these cards in about half. And you say, I could possibly know what this top card is. So what we're going to do is, we're going to take this pack and we're going to shuffle this pack, and you have a quick glimpse at the bottom card, and you shuffle this, making sure you get that card to the top. So what you do is when you pick it up to shuffle it, you just grab a quick glimpse and you shuffle that card to the top. Now you say, there's no way I can know what any of these cards are now. So pick one of these cards, any one of these cards. You already know there's 12 cards here. So let's say they pick this card right here. You say, that's your card. And now you say, we don't want to put your card here or your card here because I could possibly know any of those cards. But what you're going to do is you're going to put this stack on top of the card that you identified and then complete it with their card. And now what we know is their card is 12 positions above your key card. And now we complete this pack just like this, and you can give it one more cut, doesn't matter, and you can spread through the cards. And now you want to make a bit of a show of it, but what you want to do is you want to find your key card, and for us this is the 8 of diamonds. And now you just count, but you don't count out loud, you count in your head. You go 10, it will be 12 cards on top of that. So you'll go, okay, like this, and okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you know the Jack of Spades is there, but you make a show out of it while you're counting it, and you say, I think your card is somewhere in this section, and I think this is your card right here. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodorus, the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot, back with another really cool card trick tutorial. So for this one, you want to split the deck up into 16 cards, 16 cards and 20 cards. So the first 16 is any value cards. It's really anywhere from 1, which is an ace, to 9, which is obviously a 9. And the next is the 6 picture cards. So there's 6 or 16, not 6 picture cards. 16 picture cards. Wow, I'm struggling with words today. 16 picture cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 and 16 is 32, and a deck has 52 cards in, so you're left with 20. So now what you do is you start with your 20 on top, then the 16 picture cards, then the 16 numeric value cards. Now you can go to a spectator and you can start from the bottom of the deck, because you know it's going to be 16 number cards followed by 16 picture cards followed by your 20. You can say we can assign value to cards. We can say a 10 is equal to 10, a king is equal to 10, any picture card is a 10, an ace is equal to 1, and all the other cards is just their face value. We can take 2 cards. We can say okay, 5, there's a couple of too many aces here, so I'll just quickly get rid of some of the aces because it makes just the tutorial a little bit better for you guys. But it doesn't matter if there is a lot of aces in the top of the deck. You can say a 5 minus an ace would be 4, but a 5 plus an ace would be 6, and a 6 plus an 8 would be 14, but an 8 minus a 6 would be 2. 9 and 4 would be 13, but a 9 minus a 4 would be 5. And then you pick these up. You can do a couple of them, and you place it back here, and you tilt the deck your way, and you go to the very first picture card, and you say spectator 1. If you have 1 spectator, you do this with, you give him both packs. If you have 2, you give 1 spectator this, and you give the next spectator all the picture cards. But you make sure to give it face down so that they can't possibly see that it's all just picture cards. Now you can have spectator 1 shuffle these cards as much as he wants, and you can have spectator 2 shuffle these cards as much as they want, and now they can pick any random card out of their pack, and this one can also pick any random card out of their pack. Now the beauty of this is this will always be a 10, and this will always be a number value. Now a 10 minus that value and a 10 plus that value will always equal 20, and you're left with 20 cards. So you can say, okay, so we have a king which is 10, and we've got a 6 which is 6. So a king minus, or 10 minus a 6 is 4. So let's take 4 cards from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a king plus a 6 would be 16. Let's take 16 cards from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you see the king and the 6 was exactly this amount of cards. Now they don't know that all of these is 10s, but it will always work if you've got a picture card and a number card. If you plus it and then minus it, will always add up to 20. Use this however you want, and I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please consider subscribing. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up, legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So for this one you need an entire red deck and a couple of blue cards, 3 to be precise, or you can do blue and red, and then you need the red deck box. It doesn't really matter, but you can do it with a blue deck box as well, but I prefer doing it with a red deck box and then a red joker. So the setup for this is you've got one red card, a blue card at the top of the deck, and then you've got 2 blue cards somewhere in the middle of the deck, and just above that you've got a pinky break. So what you do is you riffle down the deck, but you keep it a nice tight riffle, not like this, because then the spectator will see all of it. You do a nice riffle, and wherever they say stop, you just lift up by that. I'll show you how it works. You riffle down the side, just keeping this hand here. Just say stop wherever you want, stop right there, and I just lift off there by that blue card. Okay, so now you've got 2 blue cards here, so that you can give them their card. So I'll show you one more time. You riffle down the side of the deck, just like this. Keep it nice and tight. Wherever they say stop, you just lift it up there, like this. And when they look at their card, what you want to do is you want to slide the rest of this back underneath this. So you've got the 2 blue cards at the top. So as soon as they look at their card, you just quickly sneak this underneath. They might not even see, or they won't see it, and if they see it, they might not even see the red cards, but they probably won't see it if you do it sneaky enough when they look at their card. So for this purpose, this is their card. So now you have 2 blue cards at the top, and you've got their 1 card, and you put this card back into the middle. So now what you have is you've got 2 blue cards followed by a lot of red, followed by their blue card. Now what you do is you put all of these cards into a deck box, just like this, and you close the deck box and you show them you've got a red joker, and you rub the red joker a little bit on and say, I'm going to try and make some magic happen with the joker. Now you tilt the deck box towards you, and what you do is you just have your index finger just like that, and you slide out all the cards except the top 2 cards, and then you say magically the joker turned all the cards red except 1, and then that is their card. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please consider subscribing. It really does mean the world to me, and Theodore likes it very much. So until next time, Martin Legend, and then of course the lovely Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up, legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So you'll start with one of the aces at the top, at the bottom, and the other 3 aces at the top. So what you do is you give the deck a shuffle, just maintaining those aces in that position. So you'll make sure that you just maintain these 3 aces at the top and this one still at the bottom. Now you ask your spectator to cut the deck in about 4 equal piles. That doesn't have to be exactly equal, but as close to possible. There we go. So now you're going to flip over these packs and you're going to leave the ace for last. What you want to do is at this one, you want to grab a pinky break above the bottom 3 cards. So basically all you do is, I can do it like this while I'm talking to you guys and you can't see that I'm doing it. I've got my pinky break sorted already. Just practice that a little bit, but all you need to do is just riffle down the cards one at a time. So you've got 1, 2, 3. It's sometimes more difficult to do it slowly and show it on camera. There I've got my pinky break, and now you slide out the 10 and say we're going to keep the top card from each pile. You make sure to not flash the aces. You slide out the 10, maintaining that pinky break. Now you slide out the 7, still maintaining that pinky break above the aces. Now you slide out the 5, still maintaining the pinky break. And now when you grab this ace, this is the tricky part. When you grab the ace, what you're going to do is you're going to slide out the ace and at the same time grab these 3 cards with the back. So you slide out the ace, grabbing these 3 cards, and now you are left with the 4 aces. So now you can tell your spectator that we have a couple of different random cards, but this ace is known for finding his friends, and he did just that. He found the 4 aces. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please consider subscribing. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up, legends? Martin Legend and the trusty Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick. So what you do is you start at the bottom of the deck, the 3 of clubs, the ace of clubs, the 3 of hearts, the ace of hearts, the 3 of diamonds, the ace of diamonds. You start with them at the bottom of the deck. So now what you can do is you can shuffle the deck however you want, just maintaining those 6 cards at the bottom of the deck. You can do false cuts, false shuffles, whatever you want to do, you just want to maintain that stack of 3. So now what you do is you cover the card like this and you show the spectator. There we've got the ace of clubs, but actually it's the 3. And now you do this sloppily. You accidentally expose the 3 and then you slide the 3 with the move called the glide, and you take out the ace of clubs just like this. So now you're actually taking the ace of clubs. And now what you do is you convert this card that's here into a pinky break on this side. And now what you do is you've got a pinky break by this 3. And now what you do is you cut over a portion of the cards. You trap this 3 on top of this. And now you convert this to a thumb break, and now you do a double undercut. And now you just controlled the next 3 to the top. So now you do this again. You show them what we have here is the ace of hearts, and you can actually leave a gap here or something. Make it obvious that it's not the ace of hearts. And then you turn it around, you do the glide again, you take out the actual ace of hearts, and now you convert this again into a pinky break. Now you do a swivel cut, and you catch this 3, and now you do a double undercut, and now you just controlled the ace of diamonds, or the 3 of diamonds at the bottom, and you do this one more time. You show the ace of diamonds, but it's actually the 3 of diamonds. You do the glide, you take that out. Now you convert this again to a, or you don't need to do it the 3rd time, because now you just place the deck here, and you'll say, so you guys all saw that what we had here was the 3 aces. And then they're going to say, no, it was the 3 3s, or something like that. They might not even say anything, because they might just be nice. And you say, if they say it was the 3 3s, you show that it's the 3 aces. You say, if they say it's the 3 aces, then they know in the back of their head it's supposed to be the 3 3s. And what you do is you show them, I told you it was in fact the 3 aces. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one, and until next time, Martin Legend, Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot, back with a really cool card trick. So for today's one, you want to split the deck into any way you want. You can split it red, black, clubs and hearts and spades and diamonds, any way where you can split it in half. I prefer to do it like this, because if you split it red, black, it's way too obvious, and if you split it hearts and clubs together and spades and diamonds together, it's also slightly too obvious. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. I'm just teaching you guys this way. So what I do is I take out all the even cards, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and queen, and then I take out all the odd cards, which is ace, 3, 5, 7, 9, jack, king. So I stack it just like this, with the one at the bottom and the other one at the top, with my nifty little pinky break. So now you can either start with a couple of false shuffles or anything like that, but that, actually no, scratch that. This is a live tutorial, so you guys are hearing me live. You can't start with false shuffles, because then you're not going to get the pinky break. Or you can start with false shuffles and you can riffle through the deck and split the deck in half, but this works perfectly fine. You just start with the deck like this and you riffle down the side. No matter where they say stop, you pick up here and it looks like you stopped where they wanted you to stop. Now you can shuffle these 2 packs. Really doesn't matter, because you know that all of these cards are going to be the even cards, all of these cards are going to be the odd cards. You can shuffle these packs. You can have them choose even one of these packs. It really doesn't matter. Let's say they pick this pack. They can pick any one of the cards, just like this. Don't let them go through the cards and pick it. They might pick that up, or they might not. Now you can show them their card. For this purpose, we have the 7 of diamonds. Now you lose it in the opposite pack. You can discard this pack, just like this. I kind of threw it all away, because you know that no matter how much you shuffle this, their card is going to be the only either odd in a bunch of even, or either even in a bunch of odds. So now you shuffle this and you quickly just riffle through the cards like this to just show them all these cards are in fact different. If you do it like this, they're not going to pick up all the cards are even. But if you add all red cards, then they might pick it up. If it was all hearts and like clubs, they might pick it up. Now you just tell them you're going to find their card in no time at all, and what you do is you look for the only one that's, in this case, the odd one out, but in the other case it would have been the even amongst the odds. You take out their card and boom, you just fooled your spectator. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot, back with another card trick tutorial. So for today's one, you will remember the bottom card, and you just shuffle the deck as much as you want, just as long as by the time you're done shuffling the cards, you have controlled the 9 of spades or the bottom card, whatever it is, to the top of the deck. Then you can shuffle it a few more times, you can shuffle it as much as you want, just making sure that by the end you have that 9 of spades on top. So why not just start with the top card? Because then some people might notice that you leave the top card at the top. So now what you want to do is you want to cut the deck into 4 piles just like this. Does not have to be equal piles at all. And now whichever way you want, force the pile with the 9 of spades on top. Force that card on your spectator. So how I would do it is I'll ask them to cover 2 packs with one hand each. This is called Magician's Choice. Link in my description of how to do Magician's Choice, full tutorial. But basically you use ambiguous terms like just cover 2 piles, not pick 2 piles, cover 2 piles. And if they pick these 2, you discard these 2. If they pick these 2, you keep these 2 and discard these 2. That's how Magician's Choice works. So let's say they do cover these 2, you discard these 2. Now you ask them to cover 1 pile. Let's say they cover this one, and you say, okay, clearly you want this pile. They cover this one, you discard this one. However you want, just make sure that you select the pile with the 9 of spades or that card on top. Now you just shuffle it a couple of times, just making sure that you get that 9 of spades back to the top. And now you grab a joker and you say, this is the whispering joker. And you rub the joker on there a little bit, and you take the joker to your ear and say, oh, the joker's telling me that that's the 9 of spades. And you reveal that that's the 9 of spades. Anyway guys, it's not going to fool a magician, but a couple of average folk, it's definitely going to fool them. Until next time, Martin Legend, Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody.
Average folk.
What is up legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool tutorial. You can see his tail, he's right there. So for this one, you can shuffle the cards as much as you want. Your spectator can shuffle the cards, and now you can deal 3 piles of 5 cards each. So you want 3 piles, 5 cards, so a total of 15 cards. Now what you do is you have your spectator select any one of these piles. Let's say they go for this pile right here. They can pick any card they want, really truly any card they want. You can put it back into the middle, and so that's your card, the 3 of clubs, and you can shuffle it as much as you want. It really is a free shuffle. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you put their pile into the middle. That's the only thing you need to remember. And now what you want to do is you want to deal 5 piles of 3 cards each, and you'll start revealing the piles, and you'll say, just say stop when we have your card. So they'll say stop here because obviously the card's not going to be in any one of these piles. Now you can discard the other piles. Now their card will always be in the middle. So what you do is you shuffle it a couple of times, doing this 1, 2, throw over. Their card is still in the middle. 1, 2, throw over. What you're basically doing is you're just reversing the order of the top and the bottom card. You're not mixing up their card as well, but it looks like you're shuffling it until they're happy. And now what you do is you spread these cards and you do a little bit of Magician's Choice. You ask them to cover 2 cards. If they cover these 2, brilliant, you've got their card. If they cover these 2, you discard this one. By the way, in my description there's a link on how to do Magician's Choice. If they cover this one now, then you say, okay, you clearly want this card. If they cover this one, then you discard this one, and you're left with their card. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend, Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody.
What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick tutorial. If you're wondering about my voice, I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'm still trying to give you guys some content. So we have 3 stacks of 5 cards. We have, this one is the Ace of Clubs, 6 of Hearts, 4 of Spades, 9 of Spades, 5 of Diamonds. This one is 10 of Clubs, 9 of Hearts, Jack of Spades, Queen of Hearts, 9 of Diamonds. And then this one is the 2 of Clubs, 6 of Spades, Jack of Hearts, 3 of Spades, King of Diamonds. Now you put them on top of the deck in this order. The Ace of Clubs, in other words, needs to be in the 5th position. Okay, and now what you do is you start with the deck just like this. You can do a couple of false cuts, whatever you need to, or you can just go to the spectator and show them that all the cards are in fact different and there's no setup to this deck, and they wouldn't think there is because it does look like the deck is completely random. And now you deal 5 packs of cards, or 3 packs of cards, 5 each. So now you're basically just going to deal those cards that you have, and you deal these 5 cards. 5 cards, 5 cards, 5 cards. This is 2, 4. I took 1 too many. Like I told you guys, I'm slightly under the weather. Luckily, this is a tutorial. And now they can pick any one of these piles. Really doesn't matter. Let's say they pick this pile. They can pick any card they want. Let's say for this purpose, you guys are going for this card, which is the Jack of Spades. What you want to do is you want to ensure that you put their pile back first, then followed by the other 2 really doesn't matter in which order. Now you can give the pack a couple of false cuts and false shuffles again, really doesn't matter. And all you want to do is ask them now, what card did they select? And they'll say the Jack of Spades, and you will spell Jack of Spades, and whichever card it would have been, this will work out. So they'll say Jack of Spades and you'll spell JACKOFSPADES, and then the Jack of Spades is the very next card. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with another card trick tutorial. So you can do this one with 4 of a kind, but my wife told me why not do it with 4 consecutive cards of alternating suits, and it doesn't look too obvious. So what you do is you start with a random card 3 down from the bottom, face up, and now what you do is you look for the 3 cards next to it. So for this is the 7, so you'll look for either like the 5, 6 and 8, or the 6, 8 and 9, and you start by feeling through the cards this way. Don't start this way, start from the bottom, and I'm just going to look, okay, there's a 6, so I'll put my predictions face down, and now I'm looking for a 5, a 8 or 9. There's a 9, perfect, and now I'm looking for just a 8. Let me look for a different suit. 8, there's an 8, perfect. I'll put them face down. Now we have my spectator select, remember we've got 6, 8, 9 here. We have my spectator select any random card they want. This really doesn't matter. And now you give them very clear instructions. They mustn't look at this card, they must go behind their back, put it face up on top of the deck. This is the King of Diamonds, really doesn't matter, and then give the deck one clean cut, nice down the middle. So the King of Diamonds really doesn't matter, we give it one nice clean cut down the middle. And now all we do is we ask them for the deck back, and we start from the top, because now we will get to the 7. Don't squeeze it off just like this, squeeze it off little by little, because we will get to the 7 before we get to the King, and we are getting to the 7 very soon. And then you say, okay, that's the card you stopped on, the 7 of clubs. And that's kind of cool, because what we have is we've got a 6, we've got a 8, and we've got a 6, 7, 8, 9. Anyway guys, you never squeeze further, because then you might just reveal the King of Diamonds. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. Welcome back everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. If you're wondering about my voice, I'm very under the weather, but I'm still trying to get you guys some good content. So for this one, you're starting with 2 4 of a kinds. I go for kings and queens because it just makes a better story. So what you do is you tell the spectator that the rumor goes that the kings will always find each other and the queens will always find each other. Now you square up one of the packs and you square up the other pack, and now you grab one of them, and as you grab the next pack, you push one over and you get a pinky break underneath the top card. But from their side, it looks completely normal. Now what you do is you grab the other pack and you say, I'm going to put it underneath this pack, and meantime what you're doing is you're putting it into position 2, 3, 4 and 5, and you just squeeze it up nice and neat, just like that. So now you should have 1 king followed by 4 queens followed by 3 kings. And now you don't reverse deal, you just take the top 4 cards, you put it down, and you take the other top 4 cards, put it down. You tell your spectator, let's see which pack you've got. You've got the kings, and I, of course, I've got the queens. But if we were to swap these 2 cards, they could magically reunite with their friends. Anyway guys, I really hope you did enjoy this one, and if you did, please consider subscribing. Until next time, Martin Legend, Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick. Today's one you can start by shuffling the deck really as much as your spectator wants. It's really a completely free shuffle. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make a prediction, but what you're going to do is you're going to first just quickly glance at the top card, and you're going to make a prediction. You're going to predict that card's soulmate. So we have the 6 of spades, so we're going to be looking for, of course, the 6 of clubs. So now it's got to be right at the bottom, and you put your prediction face down. Now what you do is, so we've got the 6 of clubs here. What you do is you have your spectator select any random card they want. Let's say they go for this card, you put it face up on top of the 6. Now we know we have to look for the queen. This is reverse, or I can't even remember. If you guys are wondering about my voice, I'm very under the weather. I'm still trying to get you some content. There's a theory in Magic where you do things in reverse, where if you look at the cards, they select first. I can't remember what it's called right now. Please help me in the comment section. That's what this is based on. And yes, like I said, I'm not feeling well, so that's why I can't remember it. Yeah, anyway, so now we're going to look for the Queen of Hearts. Oh no, sorry, the Queen of Diamonds. So we look for the Queen of Diamonds and we place that face down. We have them select another one. Really doesn't matter. And now we're going to look for this one, soulmate. So we're going to look for the Ace of Spades, the most beautiful card in the deck. We're going to place it face up. And now lastly, you don't want him to select a random card. You want to force the top card, this one's match on them. So what you do is you riffle down and you just tell them, say stop wherever you want. This is called the riffle force. I've got a full link in the description of how to do the riffle force. So basically all you do is you riffle down the side of the deck. Wherever they say stop, you just keep a grip on the top card and you slide out the rest of the cards, and then you just close it up. In full speed it looks a lot better. You just go say stop wherever you want, stop, you slide it out, and there we go. And now actually we would have put our prediction face down. Sorry, like I told you guys, not feeling very well. This prediction would have gone face down. Now you take their last one and you place it face up. Now you grab it from the last one to the first one, and all you do is you give it a bit of a shuffle, but you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last card back at the bottom. It does look like you're shuffling it. And now what you do is you say, let's see which cards I predicted compared to your selections. We have the 6 of Spades and 6 of Clubs, Queen of Hearts, Queen of Diamonds, and Ace of Spades and Ace of Clubs. Anyway guys, like I said, this is kind of a cool one, and I really hope you guys did enjoy it. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot, back with a tutorial of a really cool card trick. So you start with 2 cards of the exact same card. You need 2 decks for this card, 2 of the same decks. You start with the 2, I just need to find the other one. Where would that be? You start with 2 exact same cards on the top of the deck, and you start, that's not on top of the deck, that's on top of the deck, and you start with a completely empty deck box. So what you do is you riffle down the side of the deck and you do a riffle force. You can start by shuffling the cards, really doesn't matter, just as long as you maintain those 2 cards at the top. Then you do a riffle force. I've got a link in the tutorial on how to do the riffle force complete tutorial, but basically what you do is you riffle down the side of the deck. When they say stop, you take out all the cards except the top card. Now what you do is you place that card there, and it's very important to place this back on top of the deck because you want the other force card to be on top of the deck. Now what you do is you take this card, you don't show it to them, you put it in the deck box, but you make sure to show them the deck box is completely empty. And now you do another force. You can do another riffle force, or you can do a cut force where you cut the deck over, you've got a pinky break, and you riffle down the side of the deck. Wherever they say stop, you just pick it up there. And now this card you do show them, and you lose it back somewhere into the deck. And now what you do is you take that card out of the deck and you place it in the deck box, and you show them that their card went into the deck box. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please consider subscribing, and until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot, back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So what you have is you have a setup of a 5, 3 random cards and 3 aces. That's your setup: 5, 3 random cards and 3 aces. Now what you can do is you can shuffle the cards as much as you like, just maintaining that little stack of cards at the top. So we've got the 5, 3 random cards and 3 aces. Now what you do is you start going through the cards from the bottom. Make sure that your spectator won't see that. You start going through from the bottom and you say, I'm going to look for a prediction card, and you look for the other ace, and you say, okay, that's going to be my prediction card, and you place it off right there. Now what you do is you tell your spectator you're going to cut the deck into roughly 3 equal piles as well as you can, just like this. And now you flip over the top cards, and you want to work with the 5 last, the top card. You want to work with that one last. And now you'll say, okay, we've got a 4 year, so we're going to deal down 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. 1 year, place the rest down here. Now we have a king, so that's 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1 year, that must actually have gone on top there. Now you've got nothing left here, but that's fine. We're going to get a card there. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you'll place 1 year, and you'll tell the spectator that all of these cards were random, but what we ended up was these 3 cards, which happens to match that ace. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martha Legend, Theodore Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martha Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So what you can do is you can shuffle the deck as much as you want. Your spectator can shuffle the deck, and I see there's some face up cards somewhere in here. It looks like it's just a 4. Doesn't really matter. Your spectator can shuffle the cards, and now you ask them for any random number between 10 and 40. Let's say they say 16. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And what you do is you flip these cards face up, and you shuffle them into this pack, face up, face down, and you can even give it to your spectator. Your spectator can even riffle shuffle the cards. Really doesn't matter. Now you say, okay, the number we worked with was 16, so you go from the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Here's the only move: when you square it up, you just flip it over and place it down. But you square it up and just put it down. Your spectator will never know the difference. And you say, you chose 16, so there should only be, in theory, 16 face-up cards. But let's see how many face-up cards is in here. So we'll discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 13 face-up cards in here. And in here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How is that? And your spectator will never know. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martha Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody.
What is up legends, Martha Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So for today's one, you can start by giving the deck a shuffle. You can really shuffle it as much as your spectator wants. You can even hand the deck to your spectator, and your spectator can shuffle it until they are completely happy. So now what you do is you spread through the cards to show them that all the cards are different. But this is an excuse for you to look at the 4th card. Now I can see the 4th card is the Queen of Spades. Obviously you don't show them you're looking at the 4th card, but this is just an excuse for you to look at the 4th card. And now what you do is you split the deck into 2 piles, remembering which one is the top pile, because that's where the Queen of Spades is. And now you take a couple of cards from the top here, quite a few, not just exactly 4, and you have a look at the 4th card. It's the Jack of Clubs. But you don't tell them that, you just say, I've got a feeling these cards are telling me that this 4th card is the Queen of Spades. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got the Queen of Spades. Now you already know that the 4th card from the top is going to be the Jack of Clubs. So you take this, you put it back on top, and you tell them, I can do it again. And you shuffle the cards, just maintaining the 4th card in the 4th position, and you can do it again. Cut the deck in about half, take a couple of these cards, have a look through them, look at the 4th card again, and you obviously just look at all these cards and you tell them that these cards here is telling me that this 4th card is the Jack of Clubs. And you can do this as many times as you want. It's completely redoable. You can do it quite a few times, and your spectator will most likely not know how it works unless you have a spectator that's already familiar with this technique. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martha Legend, Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martha Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a slight variation on an old card trick. So what you need to do is you need to know the 9th card from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the 10 of hearts. So now what you do is you have your spectator select any 4 cards, really doesn't matter, and you explain to them you're going to count these cards, each one up to 10. So a picture card of course is a 10, so we've got a 9 here, that's 10, picture card is already 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this one 2 is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you already know your key or your prediction card is going to be the 10 of hearts. So now you grab this from the bottom. This is the part that people don't usually put in this trick because now it looks like there's more cards. It looks more mixed up, but actual fact it's not. You're just grabbing the cards and putting them at the bottom. If you don't put them at the top, put them at the bottom. Now, as you do that, you start making up a story. Now, my story is already going to be that a 3 and a 2 is right next to each other. A Jack and a 9 has one gap, and that's of course a 10. And I see there's one suit missing, and that's the heart. So that leads me to believe that the card is going to be the 10 of hearts. You just make up any random story you want, but this works out perfectly. And now all you do is you count to the 9 plus 10 is 19.
20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You count to the 24th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 23, 24. 23, 24. Yo, that apparently I can't count today. You just count to the 24th card, and it's not after the 24th, it is the 24th card. And now, like I said, you just make up any random story. This one just happens to work out quite well. Anyway, guys, it doesn't make a lot of sense. The reveal, or not the reveal makes sense, but your story doesn't have to make sense as long as your reveal is still the card that you want it to be. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore, the Magic Mascot. Peace, everybody. What is up, Legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with another key card principle trick, but I changed it up slightly, so please stick around to the end. This is different than what you guys have seen before. So for us, the key card is going to be the 8 of hearts. So what you do is you can shuffle the cards as many times as you want, or as much as you want, just maintaining your key card at the bottom of the deck. Now you can have your spectator select any number between 5 and 20, and you can turn your back and they can deal that amount of cards down. Let's say for this purpose they go for 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You obviously don't want to know their number, and now you ask them to look at that top card. For us, it's going to be the King of Hearts. And what you do is you ask them to place that back on top of the deck and give the deck one nice complete cut, just like this. Okay. Now you know that your key card is on top of their card. They don't know that yet because they don't know that you control their card to the top. So now what you can do is you can cut the deck a few more times, really doesn't matter. And now what you do is you take about half the cards, just like this, and you turn half face up. This is how I changed it up a little bit. Now you shuffle half face up into half face down. Now what you do is as you explain to them that this is such a big mess, you look for your key card. So we're having a look, but you don't tell them that, you're just showing that this is a massive mess. If your key card is in this part face up, then that's perfect. If not, you flip the deck face or other way around, and now you spread through the cards and you look for your key card, and the first face up card underneath their key card, or underneath your key card, will be their card. So it's not the very first card, it's the first other face up card with it underneath it, because your card was on top of this. Guys, I hope this makes sense, and until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace, everybody. What is up, Legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So for this one you need a card and his soulmate at the top and the bottom. I'm going for the red queen and the red queen at the bottom. So now you can shuffle the cards until your spectator is happy, just maintaining the 2 queens at the top and bottom. Now you turn your back and you ask them, you still got the queen at the top and you still got the queen at the bottom, to pick a number between 5 and 15, and they have to deal out that amount of cards. You have your back turned. So let's say they go for 7. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you ask them to look at that top card. For this, it's the King of Diamonds, and place that back on top of the deck and cut the pack in half. So now you ask them for the deck back, and what you're going to do is you're going to look for your 2 queens, and the card underneath the second queen will be their card, but you obviously do this they're not seeing it. Now you quickly count how many cards there is between that. We've got 1 card, 2 cards, 3 card, 4 card, 5 card, 6 card. We've got 6 cards, and you just add 1. So you take out a 7 because it's 6 plus 1, and now you know their card is the King of Diamonds. Now you take out a random diamond. Let's say we go for the 9 of diamonds, and now you take out any random king, doesn't have to be their king, and now you place it on top of the deck, the king first, then the suit, then the number. You place it on top of the deck and you ask them, so what was your number? And they'll say it was a 7, and you say, I thought your card was or your number was a 7. What was your suit? They'll say a diamond, and you say, I thought your card was a diamond. And then then you ask, what was your card? And then they'll say it was, or what was the number value on your card? And they'll say a king, and you'll say, I thought it was a king. Your card was the King of Diamonds. You can have the King of Diamonds also the very next card and reveal that then as well, but it doesn't need to. I think this is a good enough effect just like this. Anyway guys, really hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up, Legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So
this trick, you start with 4 cards of a different color deck in pairs like this. I went for the 9s and 10s. You can start with any cards you really want. It doesn't really matter. I just went for the 9s and 10s. So now you start with them on top of the deck. By the way, this is a very old principle. I'm just changing it up a little bit. So you start with the deck like this, and you start with the Hindu shuffle, just maintaining those 4 cards at the top at all times, just like this. Wherever they say stop, you stop right there, and you flip this back face up, and you keep this one face down because you don't want to show the red card yet. You keep this face up, and you take 1 card and you take 2 cards, and now this whole pack you take and you flip face up and you place it on top here, and now you go through this and you look for your 9 and your 10, which would be right here, and you split that like this, just like that, and now you're ready and you're set up. Now the old way you would do this, you would flip it this way and start dealing, but like this, you're just gonna start dealing, and wherever your spectator says stop, you just take one of these cards, you place it on top, you place the rest of the deck on top, and now you do the same. You start dealing. Wherever your spectator says stop, you stop, you place this on top, and you place this on top, and now you tell your spectator, we're gonna have a look at the cards with their friends that's on top of them, just like this, and you square this up and you just put this off to the side for now. Now you say, let's look at what cards we found. We found the black 9, we found the red 10. Now the amazing part about that is these cards are blue, where the rest of the deck is in fact red. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. This is a slightly different take on a classic card trick. Yeah, but I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, Martin Legend, Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick. So you start with a card from a different color deck, this deck of course being red, very close to the bottom of the deck, face up into the deck, just like that, and now you have that card soulmate to this deck in the very top of the deck. Now in whichever way you want, you can force this top card on your spectator. So what I would do is I'd do a riffle force where you just riffle down the side of the deck. Your spectator can say stop wherever you want. What you do is you keep a grip right here, you slide out all the cards on top of it and leaving them with that card. Now it's very important to place these cards right here, and now what you can do is you can show them their card, and you can place it back, and you can place the rest of the cards on top. Now you can give the back a couple of cuts, really doesn't matter, and now you spread through the cards. Remember, you have the other King of Hearts face up. You can spread through the cards, and one card and one card only is face up, and they're already going to be amazed because you never did any face up moves. And now you can spread these cards again, and you can tell them that's not the amazing part. The amazing part is the card that you selected is in fact the only card out of the entire pack that's blue. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please consider subscribing. Peace. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So you can shuffle the cards as much as your spectator wants, really a free shuffle, and now you can ask your spectator to give you any random number between 10 and 30. Let's say they go for 22, so you will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And now you can give this to your spectator and they can shuffle it as much as they want. Really a fair shuffle, free shuffle, really as much as they want. When they give you the pack back, you square it up, peeking at the bottom card. You do one of these twirls. Now I know this is the 4 of clubs. They will never know that because all you do is you're squaring the pack up, but I can have a quick peek. Now you've got the 4 of clubs. Now you tell your spectator, can you do this for me? And you half the number they gave you. So they gave you 22. Now you say, can you do this for me? Count down 11 cards just like this, and you show them what to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and place the rest of the cards on top. And they'll say, sure, I can do that. And I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They'll put the rest of the cards on top, and I will say, now it's my turn again. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You put the rest of the cards on top, and you'll say that I can just feel this card, and this top card is the 4 of clubs. And there you go, top card is the 4 of clubs. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please consider subscribing. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodorus the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody.
Welcome back everybody, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So for today's one, you'll start by giving the deck a shuffle until your spectator is happy. And now what you do is you spread through the cards and they can pick any card they want. Let's say they go for this card right here. You square up a couple of the cards and you literally flip it face up in front of them. You just hold it like this and you just look at that card, 3 of diamonds, and they look at their cards. You ask them to place their card back there, and now without them even knowing, you do this literally right in front of them. You put your 3 of diamonds back on top of that, and now you start dealing. Now you tell your spectator what you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes or turn your back, and they're going to go through the cards one by one, naming these cards, and you just listen. You say by the tone of their voice, they'll say 9 of spades, king of spades. By the tone of their voice, you can hear if it's their card or not, and as soon as you hear your card, the 3 of diamonds, then you know the next card must be their card. So now you know 9 of clubs is their card, but you have them go on a little bit and you'll say, wait, stop. I think you already said your card. Your card is in fact the 9 of clubs. This one is one of those where the magic literally happens right in front of their face, and I really hope you guys did enjoy it. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with another card trick tutorial. So for this one you start with a card in the second place on the bottom and that card's soulmate back in the box. You just leave the box there, nobody's going to wonder why the box is there. So now you have that card in second place, you're all set up. Now you tell your spectator you're going to find 2 prediction cards. You look for the bottom one soulmate and the top one soulmate. This part of the card trick most of you already know. I just add a little bit of spice to it. So you go through the cards and you obviously not facing their way. You look for the other red 5 and the other red queen, the other red 5 and the other red queen. Fantastic. Now you're already all set up. So now what you do is you say, I'm just going to start dealing, oh no, you actually you're not going to just start dealing cards, because I add a little bit of spice to this one. You say, give me a number between 1 and 10, and they'll say 3, and you go, okay, 1, 2, 3, and you remember what your bottom card is, that's the queen. You'll place this on top. You guys already know this part, I've showed this before, and it's been on so many channels before. You place this on top. Now they'll say, give me another number between 1 and 10, and they'll say 3 again, and you go 1, 2, 3, you place this on top, and you place this right here, and now you'll go through the cards and you'll say, let's see what cards they found. This one found this card. You guys already know this part of the reveal, and this card found this card. But now we're not done, we have a little bit more. What was your 2 numbers? Your 2 numbers was 3 and 3, which is 6. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 6th card is the 9 of diamonds. You had a free choice of those numbers, and in this deck box is 1 card and 1 card only, and that's the 9 of hearts. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with a really cool card trick. Or tutorial at least. So for today's one, I'll start with 2 matching jacks, 2 matching 7s, 2 matching 6s. You can start with 2 matching kings, 2 matching queens and 2 matching jacks, but that makes it a bit too obvious and you might flash it and the spectator might see it. But these are such nondescript cards that you won't really see it. So you'll pick up 3, place it on top of the deck, and the other 3 you'll pick up in reverse order and you'll place it at the bottom of the deck. So you've got now these 3 cards at the bottom of the deck, followed by these 3 in reverse order at the top of the deck, and now you can give the deck a shuffle, just maintaining those 3 cards not like that, those 3 cards at the bottom and the other 3 cards at the top. So we still want these 3 cards at the bottom, and we still want these 3 cards at the top. Now you can cut the deck any way you want, and you want to make sure that you shuffle the top part with a riffle shuffle, maintaining those 3 cards at the top. So we still want these 3 cards to the top. And now what we want to do is we want to control these 3 cards to the top, but also reversing the order. So the bottom half you'll overhand shuffle, grabbing quite a few cards at a time until you get to almost no cards left, and then you just grab 1 card at a time until you're done. Just like that. And now what we do is we do a cut deeper force, and you'll hand one of the decks to your spectator, and your spectator can do it with one of the decks. You take over a few cards, you flip it over a few more. You see there, we've got a jack, a 7 and a 6. That's so nondescript. Imagine we had a king, a queen and a jack, or 3 aces. That would look much worse in my opinion than this. So now we'll grab a few more, we'll flip it over, and we'll take the first card, we'll place it down and take this back, place it at the bottom. Your spectator can follow along doing exactly what you're doing, and we'll take the top card again. Most of you already probably know this force. We'll do that again, just like this, and now we'll just do it with the other pack of cards, because
I don't have a spectator with me, so we'll do that quickly with this as well. You see that we've got Jack 7 6, but the thing is, if we had there 3 kings or something, it would have looked a bit fishy. Now we place this at the top again, or at the bottom again. We do this again, and this is basically just each time forcing the top card on your spectator. We'll do it one more time, just like this. We'll take the top card, and now you explain to your spectator that they had a free choice of how far to cut and all those things, and you shuffle the cards. You shuffled both packs, but we ended up with the 2 jacks, the 2 sevens, and the 2 sixes. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot. Peace everybody. What is up legends, Martin Legend and adjusting the camera, Theodore the Magic Mascot, back with a really cool card trick tutorial. So you can start by shuffling the deck as much as your spectator wants, and now your spectator can honestly select any card they want. Let's say they go for that card right there. You can show your spectator their card and you can lose it back in the middle, but what you want to do is you want to control it second from the bottom. So what I do is I start by controlling it to the top by pushing it in, getting a quick pinky break, cutting a portion of the cards, cutting some more cards, the rest of the cards. Now I've got it at the top. Now we can do a quick riffle shuffle, maintaining that card at the top, but like I said, we want to grab it to second from the bottom. So what you're going to do is you're going to do an overhand shuffle, peeling off the top and the bottom card and shuffling the rest of the cards. So now you've got their card at the bottom, and now you'll get the cards in this script. You'll say, I'm going to show you cards one by one and don't react to them. You'll show them this card, and now when you do a wrist kill, you do a quick glide, and what you do is you take out their card, you square it back up and say, I'm going to give, but obviously you'll do that like this, and now you'll give the deck a quick cut, because now you can't show them this card again. You'll give the deck a quick cut and you'll show them the next card, and now you honestly don't need to do the glide again, so you can just take out that card. You give the deck one more cut, but cut off a small portion, because you don't want to somehow cut back to that card that you didn't take earlier. So earlier I showed you the Jack of Clubs. Now if I cut deep enough, I might just cut to that Jack of Clubs. Just cut off a small portion of the cards, show them that one, and then you take out that card as well. And now you say to them, you can mix this up a little bit. You'll say to them that I'm just going to take a card from here and place it in here. Did you see your card in one of those 3 cards? And they'll say no, and you'll say, well, that's weird, because oh, that's kind of cool, 3, 4 and 7, all of spades, a whole of diamonds. That's kind of weird, because I believe that's your card right there.